Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a mental break. Thanks for tuning in. This is Deanna. Thank you to new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments. Like I said, I welcome all comments, good or bad. It doesn't matter to me because guess what? I don't expect everybody to agree with what I said. For those of you who clicked my video for the first time, my name is Deanna. I'm a psychiatric nurse. I've been a psych nurse for over 20 years. I've worked with children all the way up to the elderly. I've worked on high profile cases and cases that's been in the news. I've worked with the top psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, and psych techs in my town. Having said that, let me clear up one thing and then we're going to jump right into this Trick Daddy thing. My last video about Deion Sanders and Carucci, for some of y'all thought it was important. Y'all said I don't have my facts straight. I said that he coached for Jacksonville instead of saying Jackson State. So if that was the most important thing you pulled out of my video, okay. Anyway, and also, when I looked it up, they said he was 57. Now, if that's not the right age, then argue with Google, okay? Because that's where I got it from. Because I don't know the man. I wasn't around when the man was born, so I don't know his birth date, okay? So we're gonna leave it at that and move on. I will correct myself when I'm wrong, but I said Jacksonville instead of Jackson State. So okay. Um. Anyway, let's jump right into this. What Trick Daddy said that NeNe had Trick Daddy on her podcast, and child, I'm so sick of these men's. Let me just roll the damn clip.
Maybe you and one or two other women, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not attracted to no women over 35 years old.
You're not?
No.
Well, honey, I know you are attracted to me, honey.
But y'all standards are too high. Y'all are too emotional. Y'all are damaged good from last
I
past
am not
relationship.
damaged
You
at
don't even
all.
realize you're damaged. You see,
Okay, as we can hear, Trick Daddy said he doesn't date women over 35. He said women over 35 have high standards. That's what he said. So let's translate that now, shall we? So what he's saying is that women over 35 have high standards, which means what he's saying is that women under 35 don't have high standards. Now, let's classify what is high standards. Okay. Now, when you're over 35, you're supposed to pretty much kind of have it all figured out in a sense. And when I say all figured out, as far as career, as far as your finances, and I'm not saying everything is 100%, but by the time you're 35, you pretty much have finished all of your education for the most part. A lot of people at 35 are in their careers. A lot of people at 35 have built up a certain wealth, they have investments, or whatever the case may be. They're more mature, they know who they are, or close to knowing who they are. Let's just say that. Especially women. Women 35 and older normally have more on the ball than women under 35. Not saying that women under 35 don't have it on the ball. There are plenty of young women, matter of fact, now more than ever, that have it on the ball better than some 45 and 50-year olds. So I'm not going to sit here and say that they don't. What I'm saying is that when you look at age and how you progress through life and how you learn things through life, usually by the time you get to 35, you pretty much have bumped your head enough to kind of figure out how things should be going. So, the reason why Trick Daddy would want to have a woman under 35 is because of the fact he is a man of a certain age. He's in his 50s. So by the time you're in your 50s, you want to deal with the woman under 35 because there are some, not all, there are some young women under 35 that's still trying to figure things out. So they're easier to manipulate, they're easier to trap with a baby, they're easier to get them to do what you want them to do. It's a little bit more than that than women over 35. And see, this is why he made that statement. So there's plenty of men like Trick Daddy out here in the world, and you see them all over social media. They come in my comments, as a matter of fact. I have men plenty of times when I make statements about younger women doing better for themselves and not letting these older men take their youth. These men hate that child. because they want to use these young girls. They want to rob them of their youth and their future because they didn't do what they were supposed to do when they was younger. So they want to get somebody young and put them through hell, give them a bunch of babies, and or either put them through so much emotional turmoil that they can't even continue on the goals, that the path and the goals that they wanted to do, because they tied up with somebody like him with a baby and want to put you through it, and just wreak havoc for no reason. So, other than just being miserable themselves. These men, see, this is the thing. It's nothing wrong with a man that wants a younger woman. And it depends on the age. Let me clear that up. There's nothing wrong with, say, a 50-year-old man who wants a 40-year-old woman, or say a 38-year-old woman. Something like that. That's not a problem. But when you sit up here and say you're not dating exclusively women over 35, that says a lot about you. That doesn't, for some reason, this is what kills me about men like this. For some reason, y'all think that women under 35 really want y'all. That's the funny part. What y'all don't understand is that I'm a psych nurse. Okay? Now, y'all can sit here and argue with me in the comments all day long about, age and this and that, but I assess these people on a regular basis, men and women, okay? On a regular basis. And when I assess young women that have dealt with older men that come across, my practice when I'm, in treatment teams, and when we're dealing with people who come in for therapy for depression issues, or people who tried to unalive themselves, or whatever the case may be, and they're dealing with these older men, I don't even have to say 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10, they didn't want the man in the first place. The man came along at a point when they were vulnerable. These women be traumatized. They've been assaulted in their life. They come from abuse, abandonment, neglect, and these are the type of women that these men want. Because a woman that got it on the ball, she wouldn't even look at you. A 25 or 30-year-old wouldn't even look at you. You would not be appealing to her. And it wouldn't matter how much money you have. You know why? Because she could go to a younger guy that has money too. You're not the only one that got money. That's the thing. Men like this, they like to go after damaged women. That's why he said under 35. Because these women more than likely have not been to therapy. These women have not identified some of their issues. So this is some women. That's why he said that. Because I'm so sick of these men saying this about that they only want younger women. What make you think younger women want y'all? The only younger women that want y'all are the damaged younger women. That's why y'all say this over and over and over again. This kills me. Whenever I hear this stuff, I just be like, what is wrong with people? Like, what is wrong? Like you because you don't want to grow up, because you're insecure, because you don't are not comfortable in your own masculinity, you want to go after young women and just mess with them because you can't rise to the occasion. That's what that's about. You can't compete with men in your age group that got it more on the ball, that have no issues dating a woman that is 40, 45, 50, that has no issue with it, especially if you find a woman that is on the ball. Now, as we know, there's plenty of women out here that are not on the ball. I know that. We all know that. But again, this is when you get to know who you're dealing with. And then you can use your own discernment and sort through, who really has it going on the ball, who has their stuff together, who is a suitable mate. Because I've seen, I can't tell you how many attractive women over 35 that's killing it, that looks better than some of these young girls. I've seen women in their 60s that's killing it, that I couldn't believe that they was in their 60s. I was like, damn, when I grow up, I want to be like you. So I've seen it plenty of times. So all these men that's running around talking about in their 50s, over 50, talking about something, they don't want no woman their age, they only want young women. Oh, God. Oh, so sickening. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I just came on to say that. And I don't care what y'all say in the comments. I really don't. These men that like to come in my comments and women, it's women out here that's so male identified. You know, they want to be down with it too. And these women who are male identified that go along with a lot of this rhetoric these men be saying, y'all got issues. Y'all really got issues for real. And these men don't choose you. See, when men be saying a lot of stuff that they say, and y'all want to co-sign it, oh yeah, 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 they don't want y'all. All they do is use y'all. That's all they do. They don't want y'all. Y'all are not first pick. Y'all are third, fourth, fifth pick. So y'all can keep saying all that stuff all you want. I don't care what people say because again, I've been out here doing this for over 20 years. I deal in behavior. I deal with the mind. I deal with what people say and what they do. And I'm telling you that this is how it all goes down. Men that act like this, he has his own insecurity issues, and that's why he wants younger women. So younger women can't pick up on all that insecurity and not living up to the level you're supposed to live up to at your big age. So that's why I said, I ain't worried about it. I'm about to get off here. Y'all have a good one, and I'll be back with another one.